Hello and welcome to your Urban Connection. Now, today I want to get into this story, uh, and I'm sure that some of you are going to find this very interesting. Uh, we have two females that we're going to talk about today, and one of them is a current member of the U.S. Congress from Texas, and another is a MAGA supporter, very controversial, and she is described by the Daily Beast as a far right political activist, conspiracy theorist, and, as I would say, a racist. Now, further, they go on to say that she is best known for she has a history of making false claims and attention seeking stunts. Now, let me show you, first of all, who this female is. And she's very controversial, and I'm sure that some of you are going to recognize her. And from my standpoint, I'll just give you my take on it. She is best known for flying around with President Trump uh, during his 2024 campaign, and she was flying around with him on Air Force One. Now, she's not an elected official. She's never been. Some people were wondering why she was flying around on Air Force One with, at that time, candidate Donald Trump, who is married to Melania, at least as far as we know. And they were questioning whether or not this was his side piece. Okay. So I don't know. But that's who she is. And let me just show you another picture here of who she is and show you just what I'm talking about. You can see why people would question what she was doing, flying around with the president. You know, it's just one of those things that, as Arsenio Hall would say, makes you go, this is her. This is Laura Loomer. Does that photo leave any lingering questions in your mind? Well, anyhow, let me tell you about Mrs. Loomer. Well, I should say Miss Loomer. Miss Loomer is, as I stated, best known for flying around on Air Force One. And these were some of the pictures where she was traveling around the country with the, at that time, presidential candidate, who now President Donald Trump. Now, Laura, like I said, is very, very controversial. She does a lot of crazy things. And when I said, in my opinion, a racist, that's not only my opinion. She was engaged in a lengthy uh, verbal altercation with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene, in her own opinion, said that Laura Loomer was a racist. Now, here's her latest attention-seeking stunt. That's what I'm going to call it. And this involves another female, a well-known female that you all will recognize here. And if I can get her picture up here, and I want to show you that this woman, and I'll tell you about the crazy stunt this woman is trying to pull. Now, the person here is the Texas uh, outspoken U.S. Congresswoman from Texas, Jasmine Crockett. Now, Laura Loomer considers herself to be an investigative reporter. As I said, she's not an elected official. She is a MAGA nutcase. So what has happened is, on yesterday, Tuesday, U.S. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, was walking in the halls of Congress. She was engaging in a conversation with another member of the House of Representatives, Representative Tim Burchett, I believe is his name. And they were talking. And there you've seen people walking down the halls of Congress and being followed by 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 reporters. Well, a reporter who allegedly works for Laura Loomer was trailing the Congresswoman and Representative Burchett. At one point, Loomer's reporter pushed a microphone right in the face of Jasmine Crockett to ask her a question about her what he termed her violent rhetoric regarding Elon Musk. And when he did that, she, with her hand, pushed his camera away. Now, you've seen this happen before. Maybe you've done it before. But after this incident, then Laura Loomer makes the claim that Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett had attacked and assaulted her reporter. Her reporter's name down, but I can't remember his first name. So she then told her reporter, Mr. Downs, to call the Capitol Police, file a report or complaint, I guess. I'm not sure if it's a report or complaint. But she also told him that he should get a tetanus shot and be checked for rabies. Now, here's the reason for this, and it's an outlandish, asinine statement. Mr. Downs claimed that when Representative Crockett reached and pushed his camera out of her face, that her long fingernails scratched his hand, and then Ms. Loomer says that he attempted to take the reporter's phone. This is absolutely ridiculous, but this is what they are claiming. So what happens is Ms. Loomer is now talking about filing a lawsuit. She also has asked for the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, to censure Jasmine Crockett. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you what this is all about. Since she's been in there, she's been in the Congress, Representative Crockett has made her voice known. She is not afraid to speak up. She is not one of those who feels she's in Congress to be seen but not heard. Absolutely not. She is not one of those people that you can push over. And I'll tell you, Marjorie Taylor Greene found that out last year, okay, when she personally insulted Representative Crockett. Okay, so she's learned her lesson. But here's the thing. Mrs. Crockett has had several verbal attacks from the white MAGA females. In addition to Laura Loomer and Margaret Taylor Greene, she also has come into contact with another representative by the name of Nancy Mace. And this was earlier this year. And Miss Mace invited Miss Crockett to take it outside. You don't want to do that, Miss Mace. But let me tell you, Jasmine Crockett is a very intelligent, bright attorney. She's a civil rights attorney, and she is not going to engage in any violence of any kind and especially not in the halls of Congress or on the floor of Congress, any of the such. And when she said, and it was on her birthday earlier this month, she said that nothing would make her happier on her birthday than to have a takedown, and I'm not quoting this, a takedown of Elon Musk. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is no violence in that. She didn't say a physical takedown. She didn't say anything like that. She didn't call for any death threats on him. She didn't call for any bodily harm. She said a takedown. And at that particular time when she made that statement, Elon Musk was right in the midst of a stock takedown, a boycott of his Tesla vehicles. And I will tell you this, not only did that make Jasmine Crockett happy, it made an awful lot of people, not only in the United States, but across the world, happy. Because Tesla's automobiles were the subject of a worldwide boycott at that time. Tesla's stock was under an assault. It went from $480 in December of 2024 to $220 during the month of March, just about 2 weeks ago. So the takedown was in place. And Mrs. Crockett was simply saying nothing would make her happier than a takedown of Elon Musk. But Laura Loomer wants to take that up a notch. But let me tell you what this is about. This is about a simple MAGA position. They cannot shut her up. And when I say her, I'm speaking of Representative Jasmine Crockett. So they want to take her down. You see, in their opinion, a Black woman is not supposed to be heard. She's supposed to be seen. She's supposed to stay in her place, okay? And Jasmine Crockett doesn't fit that mold, and they can't stand it. So they want to do anything they can do to get rid of her. Here she's calling for the Speaker of the House to censure Jasmine Crockett for a false claim, ridiculous, bizarre claim that she's making that Representative Crockett attacked and assaulted her reporter. Now, as I told you, walking through the halls of Congress along with Ms. Crockett was a Republican member of Congress by the name of Tim Burchett. Mr. Burchett has not come out with any word substantiating the claim that is made by Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer is simply seeking to bring attention to herself and her crazy conspiracy theories that she's been harboring ever since she's been in the public eye and the public view. As a matter of fact, I told you she was traveling on the airplane with candidate at that time, Donald Trump. That didn't last very long because even Donald Trump, if you can believe it, found her to be too outlandish and basically a lunatic. And he put her in her place back out there in the trailer park where she belongs. Okay? And so that's what happened, And I just want to tell you that, this woman, Miss Crockett, I have to tell you that I admire her determination to speak her piece and to represent her constituents in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. That's what she's done. She's done a good job, and I think she will continue to do that. She is not one that is going to back down from some Trump bootlicking MAGA female congressperson or any other female. Okay? So I can tell you that that's not going to happen. This is a strong black woman. Okay, now some of you might want to call her an angry black woman. If that's what you want to do, fine, that's your choice. But she's not going to back down. Like I said, she's a civil rights attorney and a criminal defense attorney. She's well versed. She's educated. She's smart. She's intelligent. And yes, she's black. Okay? So I don't care if it's Donald Trump, if it's Pam Bondi, who says to Representative Crockett to tread lightly. I don't know, Miss Bondi, if that's veiled threat. I don't know what that is. But you're not dealing with the average person. You're dealing with Jasmine Crockett. Okay? And what you're saying is going in one ear and right out the other. You're not scaring anybody, Miss Bondi. You know? And I would say to you, you're involved in a position in Trump's cabinet where you're being watched very, very thoroughly. So I'm saying to you, you had better tread carefully. Because when you attempt to say that anybody that vandalizes a Tesla automobile is considered a domestic terrorist, and they will face up to 20 years. But if you do the same thing to a General Motors product or a Ford product or a Chrysler product, you will simply face a misdemeanor and maybe 6 months to a year. So, ma'am, you cannot make the laws for Tesla that don't apply to every other automobile manufacturer or salesperson in this country. It doesn't work that way, Mrs. Attorney General Pam Blondie. So anyhow, I stand behind Representative Jasmine Crockett 100%. Keep doing what you're doing, Representative Crockett. Okay? Keep doing what you're doing. Keep them on the defense. Keep them baffled. Most of all, keep using your voice. That's what you were sent there for. You were sent there to represent your constituents in the state of Texas and all Americans. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show for today. And I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.